Now, for myself, I've faced homelessness because I cannot afford the rent. I've been living in Terrace since 2004, and it's taken me that long to attain low-income housing. That's about 11 years. That's a long time.
A lot of people associate homelessness due to addictions and alcohol abuse. But in reality, homelessness stems from poverty. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions that some people choose or want to be homeless. In reality, there's a very few percentage of people who actually don't want to be housed.
The reasons vary. What I can say is that once that downward spiral starts, it's very difficult to reverse that. Some of the most common issues would be failed relationships, social stress, personal reasons, limited income, and negative references. Some have mental or physical issues, but not all of them do. Some have addiction issues, but not all of them. Some even have homes in other communities and choose to live in the streets of Terrace. So I think that makes misconception would be lumping them all into one group, and that's just not true.
Is homelessness a problem in Terrace, yes or no?
Yes.
I think we probably have just as tough a situation in Terrace as many places in Canada.
I would say that there's a lot of them that are transferred from bigger cities to the smaller towns throughout BC, and for some reason a lot of them have come to Terrace.
I have a lot of females that used to come in to use the washroom, and a lot of them weren't, they were homeless. Like, when I talked to them, they said, we were in Prince George, we came back home to Terrace, there is no place for us to live. And, I've had where there were two sisters and a daughter. And of course, then once they are on the streets and homeless, then they get in with other groups. And then of course, they end up getting back to their addictions if they were addicted before.
In reality, everybody's at risk of homelessness. In reality, people are on average 1 to 2 paychecks away from actually being homeless. So the people that I work with a lot of marginalized people in the community, vulnerable population. I work with seniors, I work with single parents, people that have just gone through traumatic experiences, perhaps a divorce or something like that. They're trying to figure out how they're going to move on or make ends meet. So yeah, that's a lot of the population I work with.
My wish is a detox center. Like, I know if we would have helped some of those young girls 2 years ago, fast, once they were maybe doing something and ended up in the police station or whatever, they might have got off their addictions.
It'd be great if we had a detox center right here in town. And as we talked before, I think it'd be really great if we had more low-income housing, but more importantly, supportive housing. It'd be great if we had more youth services to target youth that are might be dealing with homelessness or coming from families that are under a lot of stress. It'd be great if we had more mental health services, like additional ones to the programs that we already have in the community, and also maybe some more additional different ways to address the addictions and alcohol abuse in the community. Just more programs that might be inclusive to different people in the community as well.
So what can the average person do to help homelessness?
I think there's a lot of great programs in our community that are already trying to help the homeless population in our community. So just even supporting those programs, whether it be through volunteering or a lot of the programs run on donations. So you could donate perhaps clothing, tents, those kind of things. or even financially if that's something that someone's able to do, so that money goes towards food or basic necessities that people need, or for those emergency funds when someone's trying to maybe avoid homelessness, or maybe needs money to get into a home, or those kind of things. I think it's really important for people to educate themselves on what causes homelessness and what's happening in our community that's creating this issue. I think it's important to not engage in the stereotyping and the generalization of people who are dealing with homelessness, and just to be aware that it is poverty as a whole and not just these addictions and alcohol that's affecting people.
Come on, kids. What is homeless? You want to be homeless? Try and dig through the world and say, oh, let's just breathe. All of you, just breathe.